London Forbes. Well, I think as a general rule, and I may be hit back on here, but English people, I think we kind of stick to PG Tips, Twinings, or Tetley. I
Okay, so
mean,
I've never heard of either of those, and either any of those three words. I don't even know how many words that was.
I mean that's how I've been brought up. I'm not sure. London Forbes sounds a bit posh for me, but I'm sure it's
Wait,
nice.
no, it's a London fog. It's just it's like a base of tea and then
Uh,
a little bit of milk. A London fog.
oh,
Hi, welcome to Post Credits Cafe with Lauren. I'm Lauren, and on today's episode, we have actor Frank Dillane, who is here to talk about his brand new film, Urchin, directed by Harris Dickinson. We have some beautiful London fogs to dig into. Frank will be calling in from London today as he was having some visa problems. With that being said, let's step into the cafe. Basically, I prepared us both London fogs because the film is inherently a London film, even though you can't drink it. But the intention was there. We both have one. Snake print, in or out.
I think in.
Yeah, those loafers were delightful. You do have a background in music. When I researched it, the first song that I found of yours was Fuck Book. Who the fuck's Mark Fuckerberg?
Who the fuck's Mark
And you also directed Hey That's Okay. What was your first love, music or film?
I don't know. My parents are both actors, so there was a moment there when I was very resistant to acting. I grew up very much in theaters. My mum used to put me in a cardboard box apparently and slip me under the seat when we would go and see my dad doing all the plays he was doing. I spent a lot of time backstage. That theater world, I suppose, is probably my first love.
Wow.
I remember loving when the lights went down. I loved the curtains, the stage, the smell of theaters, all the costumes, people coming and going.
You did direct one music video, Hey That's Okay. Would you ever delve into directing?
Can I just say, I'm so happy that you have noticed my directorial talents.
Hey, it was a beautiful,
I've
beautiful music video. I liked it.
directed a lot of
Nice.
music videos actually, not just that one. I think I've directed a lot, maybe three or four or more. But yeah.
The people are asking for a film, Frank.
Well, funnily enough, I'm actually working on a musical at the moment. I thought it
Oh,
would be quite fun to like merge the two worlds a bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now getting into the character of Mike. This isn't your first time playing someone struggling with addiction. I'm assuming a lot of people know you from Fear the Walking Dead, and there you played a character, Nick, who was struggling with a heroin addiction, and in Urchin, you're struggling with just addiction in general. You know, you're going about playing, I guess, a similar character with similar flaws, but there were 10 years, give or take, between those roles. Did your approach change when it came to preparing for them, given that you did experience 10 years of life in between?
I remember that there was certain things that I learned about addiction from The Walking Dead, which were quite poetic. That I remember
Mm.
that I did sort of revisit with Mike. Something about heroin that I always found very interesting artistically as a kind of scientific observation is this idea that your cells are constantly dying and being reborn at the same time. I mean, I say scientifically speaking as if I'm going to be able to explain it scientifically, but I suppose artistically thinking, my interpretation of something I read or heard about heroin was that yeah, when you become reliant on it, your cells actually die. That's what withdrawal is it's your everything dying, and then heroin grows them again. I mean, this could be complete nonsense, but it's something that I found really interesting because it gave me this idea. I think Ginsberg said it about Bob Dylan, that Dylan had this incredible ability to live and die in every breath, that he
Mm.
was completely in the moment. Junkies, and I say that with so much love, I use that word lovingly. And the junkie archetype is about the moment, now,
Mhm.
here,
Yeah.
and feeling safe, and never mind the come down,
Mm.
never mind tomorrow, never mind your problems. It's just here, now, and forever. And I think that was something that I also brought into Mike being in the moment. In terms of the approach of character, I spent a long time. I mean, I can't remember The Walking Dead. I mean, I remember a lot of that process. There was definitely worlds that collided. That world of living, like a Rolling Stone, no direction home. I think Nick did have a bit of that, but Mike, as you say, was grounded in London and was different because Nick had a family, and that was the whole thing.
Mm.
Whereas Mike's quest was a lonely one.
We live in a society, I feel, that provides little room for lost souls such as Mike's. And I really loved how Urchin didn't portray him as somebody who should necessarily be ashamed or blamed for his circumstances. I was wondering if playing Mike shaped your way of viewing society as a whole or the unhoused population, junkies, as you say.
Yeah, it's very confusing out there, and the bureaucracy is very confusing, and the bureaucracy around rehousing people is incredibly dense, and there's certain criterias you have to meet, and you can be lost in this system for years and years and years. There's a lot of people doing really good work, and of course you need the bureaucracy. I mean, the whole world is kind of built on bureaucracy these days. I don't know about you, but I feel like, you know, we sort of are like, there's a hope. We're becoming quite hopeless. I am becoming a bit hopeless. We used to,
Yeah.
there used to be
Yeah.
this thing of like global warming, and it was like, okay, guys, we got to sort this out. Now it's kind of like we've all
We've
gone, like,
accepted it, sort
we've
of.
accepted
Yeah.
it, and it's kind of done, and we were
Uh-huh.
retreating more and more into conservative values. I kind of can see that you can get lost in this maze of like trying to change people,
Mm.
which doesn't work. You can't
Yep.
change people, which is a very hard lesson to learn. We can be with people, we can talk to people, we can acknowledge people, we can give people money, we can say good morning. It's very frustrating because it's not happening fast enough. Empathy is difficult enough. To just acknowledge someone's suffering, I think, is maybe enough, and to see it and to
Yeah.
be with it and to be like, I feel you, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
to let
or
them be seen, I suppose. And
let them be seen. And it's a shame because I want us to be somewhere else. I want us to be further along.
yeah.
What I wanted to achieve with Urchin, and what Harris wanted to achieve with Urchin, what we both spoke about, was like, if we can just thaw people's hearts
Mhm.
just slightly, maybe that's just the beginning. Maybe that's enough. Be with people a bit more, even if it's just like acknowledging them when they walk
Mhm.
down the train, or
Mhm.
there is no other person. Sleeping in a doorway feels how you think it might feel for you. It feels the same for someone else,
Yeah.
this kind of like very basic things.
You're making me really want a cigarette right now. Uh, what do you smoke?
Well, I'm smoking Marlboro Gold today because they didn't have
Oh,
any American
lovely.
Spirit.
Lovely. I'm a Lucky Strike gal.
Are you? Where are your cigarettes?
They're over there.
Well, you're welcome to smoke with me if you want.
Can I?
Yeah, of course, it's
Let
your
me
show.
go real quick. Let me go. Don't mind if I do.
So is this your show then, Lauren? Is this your show? Are you
It
the
is,
boss?
yes. Yes, I'm the
Wow,
boss.
cool. How long have you had it
Um,
going for?
this is my third episode.
Wow.
Um, I got into doing interviews and like journalism, in film, like literally a year and a half ago, and I fell in love with it. And I'm also pursuing film, acting and screenwriting to be able to talk to the many people I've talked with, a lot of indie filmmakers, has been so eye-opening, and I just love connecting with people so much and asking about, their process, and
Hmm.
just also just like shooting the shit sometimes, Sometimes, interviews turn into just fun conversations. And I think being able to do this on my own allows me to kind of do a little more of that. Like if I was with like a publication, I wouldn't be able to have grabbed probably a cigarette, but I'm in my living room, so here we are.
Beautiful.
Go to London bagel spot.
Uh, bagel bake, I think it's called. I
Oh,
mean, there's only one London bagel spot, really.
is there?
I mean, that's the one.
Oh,
Funny, it's got a legend around it.
what's the legend?
The son killed the parents. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So it's
oh.
kind of an old East End, an old East End spot. Amazing bagels, amazing salt beef bagels, but you never know what they're cutting up and putting in that salt beef.
Yeah. Um, well, no, sometimes you don't need to know. If it tastes good, hey, is what it is. Where did Mike drift off to whenever he was like in those shower scenes, or there was one scene when he was going to sleep. There were those incredible dream sequences that really reminded me of like 2001 A Space Odyssey, especially the one where we started like down the drain. The pulsating music, it was really incredible visually and
Mm.
audio wise. We'd always end up in this cave, this beautiful cave, and I was wondering for you, where was that in Mike's mind? For me, it was maybe, an oasis, somewhere where like he finally found peace.
Yeah, I think it's that peaceful place, isn't it? That place that they talk about in meditation. It's home. It's returning to yourself, returning to nature, returning to your breath, the universe, being at one with life. Harris is such a incredible visionary, and
Truly, I mean, I was blown away.
yeah,
For a
absolutely.
directorial debut, it was incredible.
Well, Harris is incredible. He is an incredible person. You don't meet people like Harris every day. The subtleties in which his script and his film operated within, and the delicateness of the peaks and troughs of the narrative was so heartfelt for me when I read those things. It was I mean, you're never sure with dream sequences. I'm never sure with dream sequences anyway, if the character is aware that they are dreaming. It's a kind of spooky thing for the audience. For the character themselves, though, when playing those dream sequences, this is going to be maybe break the illusion, but there's a kind of ABC-ness about the acting that's involved with those things. I leaned very heavily on Harris in those moments. I was like,
Okay.
what do you want, and he would say, just be, don't do anything, just be. And it's kind of the audience reflects their own stuff onto those dream
Yeah,
sequences.
I think a big part of art is just sometimes to leave it ambiguous and let your audience figure it out and see what it means to them. You're walking down the streets of London. You find your local indie cinema. You see, oh my God, they're playing Urchin, but they're playing a film before, and you have time. You want to catch the film. What's an ideal double feature, in your opinion, to go with Urchin?
To go with Urchin, I couldn't say in terms of like a billing. I really am enjoying musicals at the moment. I'm
Mm,
I'm loving those old musicals and that kind of the kind of heightened world that musicals allow you to step into. And I suppose Urchin has that as well. This kind of, at any moment we can just break into song, and
yeah,
it's all different. It's not mundane, and it's slightly fantastical and
I did
absurd.
love the karaoke scene. What was it? Atomic Kittens? You were
Yeah.
singing? Yeah, love that. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scene, that. Again, testament to Harris's taste. That song
Mm,
is such a beautiful song, and the way he shot it, it was so simple. The actors are such great actors that we just did it a few times, and that was it really. I found it difficult I couldn't stop crying in that scene. We
yeah.
really had to keep shooting it because I couldn't get through the scene because I found it so sad. But not, I think Frank, the actor, found it sad because it felt like it was possibly the happiest Mike had ever been,
Mhm.
which, not that happiness should look like anything else, but
I feel like he felt very safe in that moment.
yeah, it was like the peak of his life.
Yeah.
He had been included with these new friends. They
Yeah.
wanted him around. He was sober. He felt good. He had new clothes on.
Hmm.
He was
Those beautiful
singing.
those snake loafers.
The snakeskin loafers. He was kind of feeling good. He's such a vulnerable angel, Mike. To feel his heart opening in that moment and knowing what's round the corner. Listen, there's so much joy in this film. It's so fun, and there's so much humor, and people who live vicariously are often the most witty. The world of like the streets, for want of a better sentence, is so absurd, and often all you have is humor and gallows humor and like all that stuff. So I'm not trying to paint this film as being sad. It really isn't. It's a very hopeful, optimistic, joyful film, and people can take whatever they want from it. There were times when Harris would have to remind me to really lean into the joy as well, because
Mm.
there was a certain amount of end gaming that I as the actor couldn't help but
And anticipate.
anticipate, yeah, and
Yeah.
suffer for. Yeah.
I think as an audience member, I was anticipating it too. I think so I feel like I saw it coming. So it was like like I can't imagine acting through that, but like it was just watching it. Like I wanted his happiness to stay forever. For me, in terms of like double feature, have you ever seen Vagabond by Agnes Varda?
I don't know if I have. Maybe not. No, maybe not.
I found like parallels between her films and this debut by Harris in that she creates very cinematic worlds, but they're very much so grounded in reality and tough circumstances. A
Mm.
lot of her films, and in this film, we follow a vagabond of a woman, and she's basically just living on the outskirts of society, trying to find community in a place of being. And she comes across like different groups of people, some with better intentions than others. I saw lots of parallels between the two films.
Harris always spoke about this film as an odyssey. He
Ah,
always
yes.
kind of spoke about it in those terms, that Mike is journeying, and people come and they teach him something and then they
Mm,
leave. My references will tend not to be cinematic, they tend to be literary. I try
mm.
not to draw too much from cinema or from performances that have come before. But I remember Harris turning me on to The Stranger, Camus,
Ah, yes.
and that really opened the script up for me. This kind of
Mm,
existential voyage into nothingness, you
yeah.
know, into God or godlessness or whatever it is. That was a big switch for me when I understood that Harris was wanting to tell that kind of story.
Guess we're just all on our own odyssey
Mm,
in a way.
that's
Um,
true. I hadn't actually thought of that. That's very well put. We are all on our own odyssey. It's true.
and
Yeah.
so, and it's when you put it into perspective too, it's kind of a mind fuck in that like every single person is out there just on their own odyssey, living their own lives, and we're just little tiny side characters in all of their stories, and they have full,
Mm.
beautiful, tough lives, and we'll never know what their
Mm.
lives are. It's
It's so true, yeah, and this is something I'm learning more and more as I get older. Mm.
yeah, me too. But that's kind of all I had to ask. I
Oh,
really,
thank you. I enjoyed this, Lauren. Thank you.
yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Are you a London Fog guy? Do you like a London Fog?
What is that? A tea? I just
Yeah, it's a
drink.
London Fog.
I need to see the logo. Let's have a look at
Oh,
the
it's actually a vanilla chai.
London Forbes. Well, I think as a general rule, and I may be hit back on here, but English people, I think we kind of stick to PG Tips, Twinings, or Tetley. I
Okay, so
mean,
I've never heard of either of those, and either any of those three words. I don't even know how many words that was.
I mean, that's how I've been brought up. I'm not sure. London Forbes sounds a bit posh for me, but I'm sure it's
Wait,
nice.
no, it's a London fog. It's just it's like a base of tea and then
Uh,
a little bit of milk. A London
oh,
fog.
you're talking about are you talking about a brand, or are you talking about a
No, I'm
sort
just
of,
talking about the drink.
oh, I've
So
never, I mean,
basically,
we call
black
that
tea
builder's
base.
tea.
Oh, a builder's tea. Okay. Well, I made us some builder's tea.
If you have then six sugars in it.
I added some vanilla, if that counts.
Vanilla. No, you
Yeah.
see, you've lost me here. No,
Yeah,
this is treason.
I'm far from British. Is that
This is very
unfortunate?
American,
Unfortunate.
adding
Yeah, it's
vanilla to
very
the tea.
American. Even calling it a London fog. It's not even London. Wow. Okay, I'm a poser. It's okay. Well, anyways, it was a pleasure.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Post Credits Cafe. Is there anything you want to
Oh,
tell my
yeah.
audience here about Urchin?
Go see it, guys. It's really brilliant. Harris is an important voice for our generation. I think he's really got something to tell us, something to show us. It's really interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks, Lauren. Take
All
care.
right. You too. Bye, Frank.
Bye.
And in that moment when I got up to get my cigarettes and I remembered I had no pants on, guys, hey, hey, a cheeky little cigarette.